What size are your shoes?
10 and a half, why?
Give me them.
What?
Give me your shoes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm real serious.
I don't believe this shit.
Welcome to another episode of What the Hell Happened to Them, continuing the Adam Sandler saga. We're finally in the last mile. We've only got a couple films left to go, and today we decided to bring on Quixotic United cinematographer Alberto D'Agostino.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for joining us. You can also find a lot of his photos and portfolio work at albertodagostino.com. Of course, we have Jiminy Jenk and Joe Vekeman here having a good time.
There are three names that are not mine.
All of yours are great names. And then we have Lev Van Rensselaer on the audio boards. Thank you, as always. All right, today, what is the movie we have, Joe?
The Cobbler.
Adam Sandler's... Can you briefly, before we go into it, can you briefly describe Adam Sandler's first foray into the superhero genre?
What? I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked to find this movie wasn't based off a comic book. I looked through the credits and was disappointed.
Wait.
Yeah.
What? This isn't a superhero movie?
It totally
Do you remember
is.
the last... It wasn't until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, well, he meets...
When he goes to the bat cave of shoes... And his father has an Alfred.
And a Batmobile.
and a Batmobile
And
with the license plate is Cobbler. And their allies are barbers. And their nemesis are...
Dry cleaners.
Dry cleaners.
Which is definitely a race thing. No, I'm actually really disappointed it's not based off of a better comic book. Cause it's,
I mean, you guys haven't checked out that line of the Cobblers?
So, Joe, listen, Joe had been talking about this.
Put this together.
Joe had been talking about this movie, Alberto, for months. Like, this was like, he was always like shitting on this movie and talking about how boring this movie was going to be. And that ended up being like one of the weirdest movies Adam Sandler has made because it doesn't know what movie it is.
Well, can I say something? So I think
Joe didn't even remember the end of this movie.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I think I fell asleep a half hour into originally watching this movie because I watched it once.
So you just watch him being a bunch of people.
I watched it like before he
right?
turned it. Like I watched him get the cobbler machine going, and then I saw him like put on the shoes, and then something happened. And I'm like,
so you got through only the first act?
Just the first act.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie's so boring.
so you fell asleep after the first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Joe kept talking. He's like, this will be the worst 98 minutes of your life, the longest 98 minutes of your life.
So...
You didn't even make 98 minutes in this movie.
And so this was quite the affair it turned out to be.
No, listen. First of all, people misquote me all the time on this podcast.
Do we?
Yes. So let me first say that I do not...
people listen to it to misquote you?
Yes, let me first say that I do not like this movie. Now let me say...
he loves The Waterboy, and he also is an advocate for Blended.
Yeah, I will defend Blended. I don't like it, but I will defend it. Now, let me say that this movie was not as boring as Joe made me think it was, so I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh my god. I should really oversell.
You should. This movie moved along a little quickly, and I think what helped was that we changed genre 3 times. From being like this little, like, fairy tale about, like, this thematic walking in somebody else's shoes to that never coming up and all of a sudden becomes a mystery caper. And then it becomes like a heist movie. And then it's a superhero movie. Yeah, the movie has some weird twisted turns.
I just want to get to it. What'd you think of the scene where he puts on his dad's shoes and has a date with his mom?
Yeah, right? How could that not end and be creepy?
So
what was your plan, Adam Sandler?
I was waiting for her to try to kiss him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't.
No,
like,
no,
I
was totally waiting for that.
That tension, and not even that tension. Like, he wasn't even afraid of it. Like, he just assumed it would go well.
He was just trying to please his mom.
Yeah.
Do you think they filmed that scene as something completely different?
Because it didn't even have to, like... If they would have been like, we don't even know if he's going to actually put the shoes on and change it to people.
Here's what I'd like to think. That scene was actually shot of a different movie starring Dustin Hoffman and Adam Sandler's mother. And then eventually that movie didn't get finished. And then they're like, all right, well, what else can we do with this scene? And then Adam Sandler said, I have an idea.
That was their best idea.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just put this on the table. At this point right now in Tom McCarthy's life, the director, he was also writing his Academy Award-winning movie Spotlight.
Oh, yes. The undeservedly Academy Award-winning movie Spotlight.
He was deep in his research about the priests
Writing the
in
most
Boston.
boring, straightforward, news-based story. It's essentially a documentary that people act out.
I didn't
That's
like
Spotlight.
It was very
That
boring.
one Best Picture. Mm-hmm. One Best Picture. What was it up against? Before I don't want to rant about something I don't know anything about.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So but I don't think this is an Adam Sandler movie though, right? Like this is a script.
Oh no, but
other
it's
people
weird that he got
wrote.
his buddy Steve Buscemi to join him.
So I'm thinking, I'm like, did Todd McCarthy get Steve Buscemi and was like, huh, Sandler, you want to hang out with your friend, huh? Yeah. And so it's like, well, all right. And they're like, wait, Adam Sandler, you got to star in this movie, but you don't have to be in this movie most of the time.
No,
Other
hold
people
on.
will play you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I just found out the reason why they cast Adam Sandler.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Sandler means cobbler in Hebrew.
Oh, man.
Oh my fucking god.
This is getting deep. The Illuminati are real.
Also,
Yeah.
so this is from IMDb, and
Yeah.
142 people out of 150 people
Yeah.
found this interesting. Who are the 8 people that didn't find that interesting?
Do you have to click not interesting or if you don't respond at all?
No,
in which
you can
case that
say-
means 142 people clearly have too much time on
No,
their
you
hands.
have to say either or.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear it before I judge what's interesting or not.
No, it was that. So
Well,
like,
that's the fact?
yeah.
Oh.
No, well, so there's like facts, and you
Yeah.
can say, was that interesting or not?
This is a whole world I don't understand. This IMDb. Well,
I'm trying to find.
was that the pitch then? Listen, we're making movies called The Cobbler. It's about a cobbler. Adam Sandler, we know your name means cobbler. And Adam Sandler's like, oh shit, I have to do this movie.
I've got the best picture
All right,
nominees.
yeah, go with that list.
So we got Spotlight,
Yeah.
Bridge of Spies,
Yeah.
Mad Max, Revenant, Martian, Big Short, Room, Brooklyn.
Oh, I remember this year.
It's quite the mixed bag.
It was a year ago.
Yeah. Really?
Not even. It was like 10 months ago.
Best Spotlight is the current winner?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how forgettable that movie
This has
was.
been a long year.
It's been one of the shittiest,
Yeah.
longest years ever.
No, I remember that. We did a podcast on that Oscars, right? You wanted The Room.
Did I?
Yeah. Are you a big yeah, you
Yeah,
were
I
big in
like
that
The
movie.
Room.
I want Big Short.
Big Short was good.
Yeah.
Can we not call it
Spotlight.
The Room, because then it makes me sad?
Why?
Because it's not that movie.
It's not The Room.
What?
Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah. What's that movie called?
Room.
Oh, just Room.
With Brie
Yeah.
Larson.
Oh, there's no
Brie Larson's The Room.
no descriptive article in there. I apologize, everybody. Yeah, so I don't know who. So why else would Adam Sandler do this movie? I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, he was getting in touch with his Jewish roots. Also,
Yeah.
I think this is the movie where him and Dustin Hoffman met, and and Adam Sandler was like, "Hey, I'm working on a Noah Baumbach movie soon."
Yeah, it's really weird that Dustin Hoffman's in this movie. Does he not have any money or something? Like, why?
He was literally in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he was sad that his horse show on HBO got canceled.
He did have that. Remember when he played a cartoon horse with David Spade?
Do you think this is a connection?
That's what I'm thinking.
This
Like
is 6 Degrees of Sandler?
David
Wait.
Spade hooked Dustin Hoffman up with Adam Sandler.
No. Does it exist in the same universe? Maybe Dustin Hoffman put on horseshoes?
Oh man!
Wait, I don't know if that's how it works.
As long as they're his size, it should be fine.
Also, Dustin Hoffman's 79. Didn't realize he was that
He's
old.
pretty old, yeah. No, for a movie that does start off very steeped in like a Jewish heritage, it virtually does nothing with it,
Yeah.
right? Like it never really came
It starts
up.
off like the Coen Brothers, A Serious Man,
Yeah.
where it's a Jewish folklore.
Yeah.
And then it just goes nowhere
Right,
with it.
like with the exception of the score, like you would never know if you took out that prologue, which I don't even think is needed
Yeah, no, it's not.
at all. I don't know what we accomplished there. Even Dustin Hoffman says the same effing story at the end of the movie anyway.
Right
Wait,
before
was he the older guy in the flashback or the younger
I don't think
kid?
either of them were in the
No,
flashback.
neither of them works.
Like,
He's
the young kid in the
that's like the
flashback
first
was
generation.
his father.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and that's
Yeah.
the second generation.
No,
and
no,
then
no.
Dustin Hoffman will be the third.
No,
and
didn't
he's
they
the
mention
fourth.
like your grandfather?
No, your great grandfather or great great grandfather.
Yeah, but no, in the flashback, he
Yeah,
says your
so
grandfather.
it's your grandfather, which means the great-great-grandfather of Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, the timeline, man, it gets...
I mean,
Just
got
like
a lot,
Batman.
got a lot of shoes, though.
I mean, it matters because, this is
doesn't
eventually
matter.
going to... No, it matters because
Yeah.
this is eventually going to become a shared universe.
when
when
I'm
they
waiting
make-
for it to join the Marvel Universe.
So my first few
Yeah.
notes were, what? Sandler looks lifeless. What's up with Buscemi? Shoes. Script is dead on arrival. Not feeling this one? Stop the pain. Music is something else.
Yeah, so there's like a scene where he goes home to see his mother and she's like unresponsive, and then like he goes to the microwave
And
because
she
that's
gets
where
the
dinner
purse.
is, and there's a purse, and like a bassoon starts playing. I go, oh, the music makes me think that this is supposed to be a joke, but it's really like the most depressing thing ever. This movie was so effing depressing. It really bummed me out.
So when Sandler put on the shoes, it was
Yeah.
kind of like his being John Malkovich.
Yeah, they were like the shoe thing. They got some interesting transitions out of it. They got some neat cuts. They were kind of fun and
Like
stuff.
when he was a zombie.
No, like how they did it. Like you'd be like the back. You see like the back of his head. Like
Took me seriously right there.
no, like you look at the back of his head in like an OTS, and then like he pulls back, and in the mirror there's Dustin Hoffman. Like you get things like that. I don't know. You get some cool little things. Like McCarthy clearly tried here. In his did he write this movie? Who wrote this movie?
Tom McCarthy co-wrote it.
Yeah, so
with someone else.
So there's like this weird little passion project he had, maybe, and this is what happened.
Do you remember when Adam Sandler killed Method Man with a stiletto shoe?
Yeah, Method Man. Remember that? Remember they were.
Remember Method Man?
He had that sitcom. Remember that sitcom he was in, like Method and Red?
Yeah.
He was with Fred Willard in like a fancy neighborhood. That show was awful.
I was hoping that Method Man was going to be like his...
Yeah, like a sidekick or
like a
something. Like his
sidekick.
name was high up in the credits. You thought it was going to be his buddy, but apparently Adam Sandler has no buddies. There's ever Steve Buscemi,
Who likes to give
who ended up
pickles.
being his father.
Yeah.
So, and then I felt bad.
I
for
would
Steve
have just loved it if it was like a Men in Black thing where you just unzipped the Buscemi suit and it was just Dustin Hoffman underneath. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, no.
So where did Steve Buscemi go?
Well, that's what I was afraid of. I'm like, I hope they resolve that because I would feel so bad for Dustin Hoffman to kill Steve Buscemi.
Are we going to petition for
it turns
Cobbler
out,
too?
No, it turns out Steve Buscemi lives on like an island somewhere in Florida and like gave up his life so that he could be close to his son. Yeah. Like that. Don't worry, they talk about. They literally say that
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
no.
I
at
would've
the end
just-
of the movie. At the third ending that this movie had, they say it.
I would have just assumed that he killed him.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Because he did kill someone, right?
he got in trouble or something. I
It's
don't
the
know.
exact same thing that happened to Adam
Yeah, Adam
Sandler.
Sandler had to kill somebody too, accidentally with a heel.
When are we going to talk about the pickle?
Which the pickles that he keeps eating.
Yeah.
Because it makes the body transition go easily.
So that would make sense
Yeah.
if that was part of the movie.
Yeah.
There's no point where
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I don't know who I am," or
I gotta
like,
eat a pickle.
Well, because he kept
got a
eating
real hanger
pickles.
for
That
these
was the thing.
pickles.
Yeah, but they make a point of like putting this in at the end.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the pickles all the time because, like you're saying, he keeps changing through all these like shoes, and he's never
Yeah.
eating pickles between them.
But
Yeah.
there was no reason for it. Like there was no need for that explanation. It wasn't like he was having some issue.
Yeah, it's a weird
Like-
thing to do.
Yeah.
They're just like,
But then they
pickles are
explained the
weird.
thing that never needed to be explained. I thought the pickle thing was just like a joke, like
He
literally
just
just
likes
to be
the pickles
funny.
or whatever.
And then they
Just
had to
a weird character
explain it,
thing.
and it ruined it.
As soon as he kills Method Man, I don't even like. What is this movie doing? You're having your main character kill somebody accidentally in this Adam Sandler comedy, maybe.
And he
what's
was-
happening?
Like he was,
Yeah.
he was dressed up as a trans woman, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because that's funny.
Well, he had to fit.
It was
10 and
really
a half-
weird.
10
It was
10 and
a
half
weird
shoes.
beat that they chose to do.
Well, no,
Yeah.
like I could ignore it if it was just like he puts on the heels at the beginning and
Yeah.
he thinks he's gonna be turn into like
Yeah,
some
turn into a
hot
lady.
woman.
Yeah.
Like I can ignore that.
Yeah.
But then like it becomes a part of the plot.
And it
And I'm
doesn't
just
go
like,
any. They don't do
no.
anything with it, and it's
Besides an excuse for him to,
Well, it's not him. It's whatever actor or actress
well,
they got
Adam,
to play that
Adam
part.
Sandler's character to
Yeah.
stab somebody in the throat.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it was plot related.
Yeah, but like it didn't need
You
to
had
be.
to get this Nebish to kill somebody.
It didn't need
Yeah.
to be like a trans woman.
Well, I don't know if they wanted to do it with the heel. If they wanted to keep the shoe thing going, how else
Like-
do you kill somebody with a shoe if you're
if a
not
strong woman.
if you're not an Austin Powers movie?
Like Like, okay, I get like the shoe size wouldn't
Yeah.
fit if it was a woman's shoe.
I don't
more
know why,
likely,
like,
but-
I don't know. You can squeeze into smaller shoes. You could wear bigger shoes. Why does it have to be your shoe size?
Also,
What's up
like,
with that?
Also, like a 10.5 in one kind of shoe is not a 10.5 in another kind of shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about making shoes from this movie. Like, I learned how shoes work now because of the opening credits of this movie.
I also
There's
feel
a lot that goes into shoes.
I also feel like, you know, you can't,
Yeah.
like most shoes, you can't even like do any of that with.
Oh,
Yeah, when
really?
they fall apart, they're done.
Yeah, like I'm looking at my sneakers.
It's
I'm
crazy
like,
how busy his shoe shop was. Like,
And he goes
like
at 6 by he's only by himself.
In like half a day, like 8 customers have come to him.
well, I figured there was going to be some plot of like,
Yeah.
you know, it's, places like that don't exist, and he's hard on money, and
Yeah. And they
But-
did have to save like a neighborhood, but it seemed to be a completely different neighborhood.
like on the other side of the state.
yeah. And they saved some one random guy for some reason.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that after the date he had with his mom as his dad, she dies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people dying in this Adam Sandler comedy.
Yeah.
What does this movie want to be? Explain yourself to me, Mr. McCarthy.
It feels like they
Yeah.
wrote a script
Yeah.
for a serious movie.
Yeah.
And then shoehorned in Adam Sandler, because they found out his last name means
It was
Cobbler.
Cobbler. And for
crazy.
some reason he agreed to do it on what must have been a very limit. What was the budget of this movie? He couldn't have been
$10
paid
million.
much. $10 million. That's half of what he normally gets in a movie. That's half of what he gets paid.
My favorite is how much it made on its opening weekend.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm the only one who hasn't seen this, so I'm gonna guess. How many theaters was it in?
10 or 12, I believe.
Oh man.
And I know how much it made.
I'm gonna say $4,800.
It made $24,000.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
And it's like theater
Yeah.
run, and then with video on demand and all that stuff, it made $1.8 million.
Wait, it made $24,000 in its theater run?
Yeah.
How much did it make on the opening weekend?
No, I think that was its theater run.
It had one
But-
week?
It didn't last.
Total,
I feel like
total.
on 10 screens, that doesn't sound bad. Yeah.
10 or 12.
Two
Those,
thou-
those two
Okay,
were the screens.
$2,000 a screen? I don't know. That's 200 tickets.
It sounds like the movie in
Yeah.
total made about 3.2 million.
That would be such a... Oh, man.
That's including DVD sales
Yeah, you could... You couldn't make $10 million on an Adam Sandler movie. You
and
couldn't pull that off.
overseas sales.
Yeah. I always find it weird that
It's-
movies do well overseas.
I looked up on Box Office Mojo.
There's a lot of overseas.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know. Comedy just doesn't travel well, so that's what makes it weird.
Box Office Mojo didn't have a
Yeah.
page for this movie.
They forgot this movie. This would have been weird. Like, oh, I wonder what's playing at the Kendall Theater this weekend. An Adam Sandler movie?
That's
Really?
one of the weird things is,
And then I would have been a little intrigued. I would have been like, all right, well, let's see what's going on there. Maybe it's like another Punch Drunk Love. And then I would have left extremely disappointed.
or would you have?
I would have. Listen. If this movie,
Let's get to the
If
bottom
there
of
was
you.
something I enjoyed about this movie, it was its identity crisis. That kept me interested.
Oh, it's kind of
Any version of this
And
movie, if it had been its own
do you
movie,
think-
would have been super boring. But when you mash them all together and hope something works,
Do you think
it's like a little bit
Sandler
of
was having an
Schadenfreude
identity
there.
crisis? His character was. So
So
it
this
kinda
felt
fits?
it felt like a lazy
Very
attempt
meta.
at creating a character, right? Like it's not like a Waterboy or Billy Madison or a Little Nicky. Like he just sort of like, well, I kind of want to make a character for this movie, but I don't want to put a lot of work into it. And then you could feel some traditional Sandler kind of bleed through, so he loses hold of this character very quickly. So I don't even know how engaged he was in the whole movie. And I don't know if that has to do with the script
He did
or the
look very
director
engaged into it.
or the shoot schedule. Yeah.
He was also getting ready to do a Netflix deal where he's selling his soul.
Selling his old to get 4 movies. Yeah, he's fine. He gets to do whatever he wants.
That first,
Yeah, Steve Buscemi comes out really on this movie. He's like, all right, listen, here's how the hero's journey works. Here's what's going to happen, okay?
Here is clearly who I am.
These are actually key words from the hero's journey that I am saying to you now in this speech.
So,
this played at TIFF.
Yeah. Did what?
God damn it.
What?
It says it came out on Very
Yeah.
fitting. September 11th. On TIFF.
That feels too soon, Joe. I don't know if you can make those jokes. And then they did like a repair. Somebody said Steve Buscemi was like, "You got to repair souls," and I'm like, "Oh, like souls?" And then yeah, it was actually souls. He didn't really repair any souls. He just helped the guy keep his really old and crappy apartment
By ruining a lot of lives.
by yes.
So this movie has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, but on IMDb,
Yeah.
the story is a little different.
Oh, tell us the story on IMDb.
We have a lot of unique and bizarrely invigorating. The Cobbler is better than Sandler's recent works. These are just like quick.
Better than
reviews.
Grown Ups 2?
The story. This one, the story is so catchy. The comedy is fresh. One of the best Sandler movies in years. Wink face.
Wait, what, you can't put a winky face in a review.
Fun to watch. 10 out of 10. These are recent.
This
too.
movie is I would a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't even know who that person is. I don't know how insane they are.
I am glad I ignored the bad reviews from users and critics and watched this movie. I didn't have any expectations when I rented it, but was merely in the mood for a comedy that would take my mind off this hectic day.
It's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
Okay, Adam Sandler has made an array of dubious movies for several years now, filled with cheap jokes and crude slapstick moments. Oh,
Definitely none of... Oh, okay.
I mean, that doesn't exist in this movie, so I guess there is that victory.
Can I read
there.
what Rolling Stone had to say about it very quickly?
Yeah,
Please.
Adam Sandler stars as a schlubby cobbler named Max Simkin.
That's not very nice.
Hold on.
His last name also sounds like something like on Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Who literally becomes other people when he walks in their shoes. How exactly this leads to him nearly having sex with his mother the night before she dies is already one of cinema's greatest mysteries. Part transphobic fairy tale, part Jewish superhero movie, part whatever you call a movie in which Adam Sandler gorges on pickles in order to restore his magical powers. This is the kind of thing you have to see with a friend, if only so that someone else can confirm that yes, this actually happened.
This movie was so weird. It was one thing when all of a sudden he's solving crimes, yeah, but then when his father's there, you're like, all right, well, I can see this coming. And then when you go to the shoe cave, what are you doing?
I was like, what is happening?
How did you get funding for this movie? Adam Sandler is how you get funding. I know how you got funding for this movie.
Dustin Hoffman and Adam Sandler. That's how you get funding.
You think they pitched it as like, this is going to be Adam Sandler's Lost in Translation. We're gonna completely remake his career.
Adam Sandler had a Lost in Translation.
It was called Punch Drunk Love.
He had it like 8 years earlier.
way more than...
It was
12 years earlier now.
Oh, man.
8 years ago was 2008, bud.
I feel you coming, death. The only emperor is the emperor of ice cream. All right. So this movie's depressed me enough already. We don't even remember what year it is. Okay. It's like so, but like.
Isn't it crazy that Dan Stevens is in this movie?
Who?
Do you guys know who this is?
No.
Dan Stevens, he was most notable on, apparently, Downton Abbey. But then he was in last year's The Guest, a great independent horror movie. No? You guys haven't seen it?
The Irish Vampires movie?
No.
Oh. All right. I'm thinking
What's Irish Vampire?
What?
I thought you were the vampires and they're from Ireland. It's got that girl from Grand Budapest Hotel.
Well, I want to watch this. Why are we watching this movie?
Because we're doing an Adam Sandler podcast because that was your idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can still watch that vampire movie, though, right?
Okay. So go on. What were you going to say? What were you going to say? Who's this guy? Was he the
Stevens.
British guy?
Yeah.
All right.
And he's actually using his British accent.
Well, so let me say something.
Because I've only seen him in The Guest.
Because this movie does, you know, for all the bad dialogue in this movie, it does actually okay with like its setups and payoffs. Like everything you see earlier, it eventually does come back. Mm-hmm. Even like weird throwaway things like this television report. I didn't know why we had that for a long time, and then boom, there it was. But the one thing that didn't really do anything in this movie was like he's got like that crush on that really hot girl that's dating the British guy.
She played Michael B. Jordan's girlfriend in Fruitvale Station.
That was her?
Mm-hmm. And then Adam Sandler's like hitting on her when she's like 20 years old. It's really...
Yeah, so like he's...
back to his old
like
ways.
he's super into her, and then he has like that little scene in there where he pretends to be the boyfriend and can't change. But then and then he gives her back the shoes free of charge.
The Neil Jordan movie by Xantium?
What?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I've heard about this.
I think they're Irish vampires. Yeah, like they're at a
Yeah,
hotel.
Saoirse
They're at a
Ronan.
hotel, Byzantium, and they have to live there forever because it's like Hotel Transylvania.
It didn't come. I thought you made this sound like it was a recent movie.
Isn't it?
3-4 years ago.
That's recent. Ish.
It had a smaller box office return than the movie we just watched. It was made for $8 million. It made $828,000.
That is so
Yeah.
sad.
Well, U.S. box office. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a British movie.
Yeah, it's
So
Yeah.
it doesn't give the British
All right,
box
but
office.
that's not its total grosses though.
No.
Neil
Oh, okay.
Jordan.
Okay.
Neil Jordan's made some hits, right?
Yeah, like what?
The Crying Game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
But he also did that Tom Cruise movie, right? Interview with the Vampire.
Remember when Tom
He
Cruise...
did that movie right after The Crying Game.
Remember when Tom Cruise... Yeah, that sounds like selling out. Remember when Tom Cruise played an Irish guy?
with his future wife, and then divorced.
Katie Holmes?
No, Nicole Kidman. You're talking about Far and Away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
I should watch it though.
Yeah.
As a Tom Cruise completionist.
Yeah. That's a weird thing to want to complete.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're crazy if you don't want to.
Call me
Call me
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah, so again, I don't know why those two characters were in that movie. I don't know why that hot couple was in that movie. I don't know what that...
Yeah, it didn't really have
I don't know
any...
what the point was. Like,
that could have cut off the 8 minutes that I thought this really, like...
I don't know why that was in there. I don't know,
Struggle
because
for.
the only thing I'm thinking of is, well, it sets up that Steve Buscemi talking to Adam Sandler about how, you should be happy with being who you are and stuff like that. But he doesn't learn that by being other people. He learns that being other people is super awesome and helps you fight crime.
And that he
which
should
is how
keep
the
doing
movie
it.
ends. Yes! That you have to continue a legacy of us cobblers doing this. So what do you want to do, movie? I don't understand what you're doing.
This is a superhero.
This is what it is. For the last 5 minutes, that's what it becomes.
Because his next movie...
I took a bathroom break right after that girl asks him out. Was she in anything? What's she been in?
Which one?
The girl that's helping all the poor people and saving the neighborhood.
we just
and stuff
go
like
over
that.
Yeah, that's Melanie Diaz. She was in Fruitvale Station.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other girl, the girl that in the British guy.
Oh, no, I don't know who that is.
You don't know? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was talking about...
Yeah.
Diaz.
Okay, all right. That she looks more familiar from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so after that, I'm like, oh, this movie must be almost done. Then I paused it, and then when I came back, I looked. It says 13 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
What's there left to do?
Well, you have to.
It's all resolved. And then what happens? He bees Method Man again as he's slowly decaying, which was a nice touch. They didn't have to think to do that, but they did that. And then he gets captured by bad guys again. But then he gets immediately saved again.
Yeah, like, the way he got saved was he
Yeah,
had a car accident, and he wakes up in Steve Buscemi's barbershop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a movie I want to see where Ice Cube and Steve Buscemi are feuding barbershop owners.
No, so this is what confuses me.
Yeah.
Was Steve Buscemi like? What's the barbershops?
Yeah, why do barbers help out cobblers?
And was that like part of the deal? He was like, "Hey, you're a barber. You owe me one."
Yeah, we barbers and cobblers, we go way back.
You're gonna
Do we?
You're gonna go live in Bermuda now, and I'm gonna become you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take care of my son without letting my wife or him know about it.
And let her literally go crazy.
And
Yeah,
put her pocketbook in her microwave.
Yeah, like he's watching his wife die from loneliness and dementia, and he's like, well, hey, superhero, so... He didn't seem sad at all!
It's just like Batman.
Hey, it's life, what are you gonna do?
He's really like poking her. Like, oh, she's dead now.
Yeah.
And now the big conflict of this movie is that I need money for a headstone.
I need money to get a headstone, but then every time I get money, I give it back to bad people who have too much money.
They really made that a thing for a while, like in
Yeah.
that funeral part where they're like, "You really need to get her a
Yeah.
nice headstone for your mother. She really needs a nice headstone."
Yeah, like it's too late for our first act entreaty here. Okay, we're already in the second act, so I don't stop trying to get him to do quests. He's already on the quest. Did you decide to add a new quest? Now that's why we're 2 movies here.
Like that literally became the movie. And then they remind you.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes later that he's supposed to save people.
He saved one person, kind of, maybe a little bit. He saved his house. That's what he did.
He gave back all those watches to that girl on it.
He gave back all the watches and the girl. That's true. He did do that, I guess. It didn't seem like she was in need of money. She had an apartment. She was fine. She was on her own.
Well, yeah.
He apologized to her, and now I'm like, oh, well, I hope she doesn't fall back in love with Method Man now. That would feel like defeat the purpose of the movie and be a bad thing about domestic abuse. Like, what are we doing here?
That's a good point.
Yeah! This movie's messy. This is
a little messy.
I
I go into it expecting like a family movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. It was going to be like a boring family. I don't know what we got. I don't know what happened.
I thought it was going to be like a soft remake of Click.
A soft remake.
You know?
He's already remaking his own movies that were remakes of older movies.
But wasn't it? No, not Click. Switch. That's
Click.
No, Switch.
Switch is the one
with Deadpool and Jason Bateman.
Yeah, because he actually becomes other people.
Deadpool? You don't even want to go Ryan Reynolds'
I couldn't remember his name.
Because he becomes other people in that movie, right?
No, I think they switch with each other.
I thought they just switched lives.
They switch
but
lives.
he still becomes
they
another
throw
person.
like a coin in a magic fountain.
Wasn't there another movie with Jason Bateman called The Change Up? Where he also switches bodies
Oh,
with,
Jesus,
with
they're
the guy from
Oh,
remaking their own
Scrubs.
movies.
Who's this? Which bodies with?
With the guy from Scrubs. What's Zach Braff? Isn't that a movie?
What?
Oh, is that a movie?
I feel like that's another movie where he switches bodies. We might get on Sandler, but you know,
Body switching movies have definitely been a crutch of Hollywood for a long time, and they need to stop.
what? I mean, Jason Bateman needs to complete his before trilogy of body switching movies.
I think Why Just Kids You Know did like a sketch where they had like a daddy-daughter body switch movie, and it was like never done, and it ended up being like the grossest thing ever.
Oh,
Yeah, Hollywood, where's that movie?
thankfully,
Make that.
There's one thing they can not.
Get Chandler Bing and Selena Gomez in a daddy-daughter body switch
Chandler
movie.
Bing? You want Matthew Perry,
Matthew Perry.
to be Selena Gomez's
Yeah.
father?
Yes, I do.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're welcome, Matthew Perry. Your agent can give me a call.
I don't think Selena Gomez needs to do that movie right now.
What does Selena Gomez do? She just sings songs or something?
No, she's an actress. She was in Spring Breakers.
Spring Breakers was good. She was in video for like half of the movie.
Yeah, well, she's like, I'm
They
not.
kick her out right away.
She's like, I'm not gonna go around shooting up drug dealers.
No,
at the end
'cause
of the movie.
she was still like contracted by Disney at that point, wasn't she?
I don't know.
She can only mime.
She's in
shooting
Hotel
at the gun.
Transylvania.
Yes.
Yes.
She's in
Adam
the sequel
Sandler.
too.
Oh, that makes sense.
Unless they killed off the daughter at the beginning of the
With
movie.
the weird the daughter vampire that ages, but only to like her
Yeah.
specific age and then stops for some reason.
That's weird.
Vampire babies are
I
weird.
want to know how they bring back Andy Samberg's character in that movie.
Aren't they married?
Wait, they got married?
Don't they get married? Do you remember what happens in that movie that we watched like 3 weeks ago?
I really tried to just...
Yeah, that was the point of the movie, right?
I just dumped them.
It
in
was
my
like
head.
that spark thing. Remember that or something they called it? And like that's how you knew that was the one you loved.
I'm so sorry. What have I done to you?
Joe,
I'm so sorry.
this is your fault.
You know the plot
This
to
is your
Hotel
fault.
Transylvania.
Joe, that's what I was thinking last night as I was watching that movie and I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. Is that you have ruined me. You have ruined me. Yeah, I've seen more Adam Sandler's movie this year than I have seen movies in the theater. F you, Joe. F you. If we didn't see Krisha earlier this year, this would have been an awful, awful year for movies.
Hey, fun fact.
It's not funny, Joe. Yeah.
On the average review on IMDb,
Yeah.
Cobbler gets a 5.8.
That's what I'm saying.
Spring Breakers got a 5.3.
What? What?
There's more to not understand in Spring Breakers.
What? How many people reviewed Spring Breakers?
110,000.
What about Cobbler?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like going back there. Hold on.
You're ruining the
Oh, I
data.
know. I'll feel better if, like, just not many people
It's
saw it.
like 37,000.
Oh, come on! Spring Breakers was 10 times the movie that Cobbler was.
Yeah, but Harmony Korine is a piece of shit. So.
Fine. Whatever you think about him, even if you did, I could see you not liking.
Have you
I could
checked
see
out
you
the
not
cast
liking
for his
the
new
movie.
though?
He's got a new movie.
He's got a new movie coming out next, spring.
I didn't think Spring Breakers did that well. I don't think he was getting another movie.
No,
Yeah.
the cast for that movie.
Oh, Jesus.
You got it up?
What the
What's the movie
Oh,
called?
it gets even better.
It's called The Trap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, who's in it?
James Franco. Not really surprising.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Al Pacino, okay.
Oh, okay.
Robert Pattinson,
Who?
the Twilight vampire guy.
Oh, okay.
And Benicio del Toro.
Hey.
Gucci Mane.
Yes, he got Gucci Mane back from jail.
And some other guy.
Wasn't he supposed to have Jamie Foxx in it?
I don't see it here.
That movie sounds like it's going in weird directions. Here's what I love. At the end of the movie, when he shows Adam Sandler the back door and the shoe cave, Adam Sandler goes, "You gotta be kidding me!" To which I think Adam Sandler didn't read the end of the script and was walking through the scene and was going, "This isn't what we're doing, right? This isn't how this movie ends.
No,
This is ridiculous."
Do you think that was a real reaction?
I think it was a real, legitimate, like, or even if it were, he's like wigging it down. He's like, "Guys, isn't this effing ridiculous that this movie is now this movie?"
They could have still used a fuck. They had that open in their PG-13 contract.
Okay.
That's great.
This
This was great. This was a fun time.
This movie, I don't know. This movie was so bizarre. This was a bizarre movie.
it's a great movie if you like dice it up into 4 different movies.
Is there no? Like, that's the thing though. Like, if those movies were longer movies on their own,
Do you
they
think
would
if
be
this
so
was an
boring.
anthology movie?
If they went full superhero, right?
Yeah.
Like if they went full superhero and that like reveal was like
Yeah.
halfway through the movie and that's like his transformation.
Yeah.
That would have been a great movie.
It could've been.
Not a good movie.
It was-
but
A great movie.
A great movie.
If they set it up, maybe they're gonna be like a Cobbler 2 and like him and his father.
They
telling
did.
you.
The license plate said "to Cobble." That's the name of the sequel.
Yeah, no, it just
To
feels like
cobble.
it just feels like a verb, like an infinitive to
To
me.
Cobble.
Yeah.
To Cobble.
cobble.
Together another movie. It would take a little effort.
I mean, clearly it's not getting another movie. It definitely seemed to hurt a lot. Whoever gave it money.
Tom
Yeah.
McCarthy just won Best Picture.
Yeah, I
He
still
can
don't
do whatever he wants now in Hollywood.
No, I still don't think he can make
He's
a
gonna
Cobbler
make
2.
his King's Speech.
What?
What?
The King's Speech one.
No.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's gonna make his King's Speech movie.
No, he already did. It was called Spotlight.
All right, then he has to make his Les Mis movie. Have
Let's just sing in front of the camera. Let's do that
let's
for
have
no reason.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler in Les Mis.
I'm asking for him to play Jean Valjean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's it.
And-
That's good casting.
and-
That's everything.
And then David Spade can be the bad guy.
Kevin
Yeah.
James.
Kevin James can be that innkeeper.
Borat plays.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I think we got some here, guys.
I think we got it.
I think we do.
And just bring Selena Gomez back to...
She could be the little girl.
I was going to say the Anne Hathaway part.
Oh. No, she's too young.
She's not that young.
She's too young. No, just bring in Adam Sandler's wife. She's in all those movies anyway.
Jackie Sandler.
Yeah, bring in Jackie
A
Sandler.
non-actor, former model.
Listen, I saw her be a really mean bride, all right?
All right,
unless that's how she is in
She
real
might have
life.
chops.
She might be able to pull it off. Okay.
Fantasy casting Les Mis.
Yeah.
With Sandler's
With
crew.
Sandler's Nick Swartzen could be the innkeeper's wife.
Oh my, that is progressive casting.
Yeah,
right
I know.
there. I
I
like
don't
it.
know. I'm sitting forward there. All right. Do you have any last thoughts, Alberto?
There's no movie called The Gobbler himself.
Well, that just means we get to make that then, don't we?
The Cobbler.
The Gobbler. Now we have to figure out what that movie will be. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I feel like more movies are made like that than we want to admit. Where somebody has a great title, and then they have to build everything around it.
I mean,
mean-
that's how I thought movies used to be made.
Yeah.
That's how half of Eli Roth's movies.
Yeah.
I think that's all of his movies.
Yeah.
Cabin Fever, Hostel Part 2.
All of the fake movies in between.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
trailer.
Nobody pay attention to that. Okay.
Who is it?
It's nobody important.
Wasn't there something else we were saving?
We were saving?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sandler was just in an episode of Kevin Kuwait.
No, it wasn't that.
Kevin Kuwait?
Kevin Kuwait. That's what we call
I
Kevin
heard that
Kuwait now.
joke on some podcast.
Yeah.
That was
That-
funny.
Yeah.
Sounds.
See, I thought Sam Wood was trolling me. She was like, I guess Adam Sandler's going to be an episode of Kevin Can Wait. No, she didn't know the name of the show. That Kevin James show that you love so much.
Well, I mean, it is a Kevin James show that you love so much.
Kevin James.
She did complain to me the other day about how you just spent like 45 minutes ranting about that.
Okay,
You
listen.
spent 45 minutes ranting about a show you barely watched?
Let me say something. It was before...
Where do you get...
Let me say something. It was before the show had come out.
So you hadn't even seen it?
No, here's the deal. She was texting me because she refuses to talk to me on the phone.
Wait, who's
because
this?
she says she's
My
his
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Oh.
Because she says she's awkward on the phone, which fine, probably true. But I am awkward in the texting because I don't know how to do that.
Also, you don't have a text.
So she wants to text me, and I don't know what to say. So the first thing that comes to mind is this fucking Kevin James show is coming out soon. I am not looking forward to that. I'm really mad. And then I just sort of ran with it because she kept probing about it. So she's like, "Oh, well, my dad likes those crappy shows," and I go, "He's part of the problem. We gotta get rid of all these people."
What's that pulling in for ratings?
More than it should. It's the number
It's
one
the
new
new
comedy.
comedy.
Number one new
On
comedy
CBS.
In general, but yeah. So then the show did well, and then
It
I had
doesn't really have any competition because most
Yeah.
shows are streaming now.
So then the show did well, and then I tell her, well, it looks like Kevin James' show is going to be around for a while. Guess I'll have to deal with that for 6 to 8 years, unless I hang myself first. So we'll see. We'll see who lasts longer, the Kevin James show or me. Don't bet on me, though. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm glad.
So that's all. So that's
We
why,
got past the
Alberto, because I have
Cobbler.
no idea what to talk to her about via texting. But then, you know what? Then when she called me at like 1 o'clock in the morning one night, then it was okay. Then I'm fast and free. I can talk and do the dips and the turvy-turvs, and we were good to go.
The Sturby Turves.
Just don't text me. I'm not good at it. I'm not going to talk to you well while I text.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. That's just not my generation. What can I do?
You also.
I know it should be my generation, but it's not. Okay? Can we all stop attacking me and my bad texting, Alberto?
I've never attacked you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
How do I
What are you
try to
looking at?
find the...
What are your last thoughts,
It's like
Patrick,
it's like
on
10
the
million
Cobbler?
viewers a week, Alberto.
Isn't like NCIS like 57 or something like that?
No, they haven't been like that since, I don't know, the 80s maybe.
I don't
No.
think that was
NCIS does, I'm talking about ratings in general. No, NCIS pulls in like 17, 18 million
Okay,
a
that's
week.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's still ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the highest rated show now, so there you go.
What a boring show.
Have they?
Yeah, that's in like its 12th season.
I think it's in like
Have
the
they-
16th
have they-
season.
Man.
Have they not run out of things to like solve? Like
No, there's always Navy crimes. There's always Navy crimes.
the most boring branch of the military.
Navy? That shows about Navy?
It's a
Yeah.
spin-off of JAG, which is about Air Force crimes.
Oh, I always wondered what that show was about.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But like in the NCIS, they solve crimes. In JAG, I think they're like the judges of the Air Force crimes. They're not the lawyers or the prosecutors or anything.
I'm already bored.
Yeah, CBS. But JAG did really well. But JAG was only on for like 7 seasons. NCIS won't be stopped. It can't be stopped. All right. The point of the story is that I didn't think we needed another Kevin James show. Apparently, America has disagreed with me.
He plays a cop. Do you think
he plays a
someday-
retired cop?
Do you think someday he'll be like, I think I should look into mall security?
That's how the show. That's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
That he takes on the name Paul Blart.
But I want it to end when he's like an
He's in
old
witness.
man.
He's in witness protection.
Who, Kevin James?
Yeah, and he has to change his name to Paul
Paul
Blart.
Blart. That's what they give him.
And he's like, I want to go back to my roots.
Okay, here's where it gets really awkward. I thought there was
Yeah.
a movie called Witness Protection where you were talking about him.
Well, you thought there was a movie called Witness Protection?
Yeah, it sounds
There's a
like
movie called Witness.
Witless Protection.
Yeah, there might be a Witless
I
Protection.
feel like that's a Larry the Cable Guy movie.
It definitely sounds like a Larry the Cable Guy movie.
It's confirmed.
Wait. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's life. There you go.
With Jenny McCarthy.
What? Was that movie for like $7?
Now that has a 3.2 on IMDb user
At
ratings.
least Spring Breakers is better than that.
It shouldn't be.
All right.
That's how movies are.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
estimated $7.5 million budget.
Yeah.
Around $4 million in return in the U.S.
Oh, that's sad. That's what you wanted. That was the thing we were saving.
Fidel Castro.
We lost one of our own today, guys.
He was on The Simpsons.
He was on The Simpsons. I don't
Immortalized.
think it was him, though, but...
And he's got little Millhouse here taking off his shirt.
What? Why?
And he's like, my shirt fell off.
Okay. I don't know how we got to that clip.
Are we going to end it on Fidel Castro?
No, yeah. All right, Lev, I'm getting to the sponsors.
What are your last thoughts?
Lev, hold on, I got to get to the sponsors first. Lev is getting mad at me. All right, we'd like to thank our today's sponsor. Once again, it's Soylent. Alberto and I, proud fans of Soylent. Alberto, what are you drinking?
Just regular Soylent.
No, you don't have the coffee Soylent now?
Oh, I do, but it's not breakfast.
It's not for you. I thought you'd be like one of those coffee all day guys.
No, there's so much caffeine in that I die.
Oh, so you like the coffeeiest thing?
Yeah, it's good in the morning.
This couple got married at a grocery store.
That's not relevant to the sponsor, Joe.
What? Wait, what's the grocery store we sponsoring them?
Oh,
Are they
no.
sponsoring us?
It's a Harvey's supermarket.
What is Harvey's?
It's in Albany, Georgia. I think that's supposed to be Albany, New York.
No, there's probably
It could be in Albany, Georgia.
You know, those small towns down south. You can't
It's
find
like
an
it's some
original
guy
name.
owned by Harvey. It's his grocery store.
Harvey's supermarket in Albany, Georgia was the perfect wedding venue for Mary and Larry Tinson. Mary and Larry, that's cute.
No, it's
who
annoying.
reunited there 4 years ago, both looking for the last minute things for Thanksgiving.
Can I douse them with the lighter fluid now?
No, don't no murdering people around the sponsor mentions, okay? So I just think Soylent, you can buy it in a liquid, you can buy it with coffee, you can buy it in a bar form, you can buy it in a powder form.
You can't
It's
buy it
very
in
good.
a bar form.
You cannot currently buy it in the bar form, but the
Or the
time this
powder form.
airs, the powder form will definitely be back in service soon once they fix the formula, but it's still delicious and whatnot. And it gives me energy to get me through the day and this horrible winter. All right, we'd like to, Joe, you got some last thoughts? No, you have no last thoughts. Joe is nodding his head.
I didn't know this movie was about Batman.
So my last thoughts. So I guess this is sort of all the movies we've done so far, this is sort of the hardest one to pinpoint what Adam Sandler was thinking and why he would want to do this movie. Not like it was a bad choice. Like, I would understand it if it came...
if you were his agent, you wouldn't advise against this
No,
movie.
I would definitely advise against it, but like I'm not confused why he did this movie because I think it's a bad movie because he's done plenty of bad movies. What I'm confused is why he wanted to do this at this point in his life for such a low amount of money. Like, why did this speak to him? Is he like going through some weird midlife thing? Does he want to get back to his roots? Does he want to? I'm not quite sure. Does he know Todd McCarthy well? Like, Tom McCarthy.
Todd McCarthy.
I've been calling him Todd all podcast. Does he know him well? I'm not sure. So
I don't think so.
This is something we should do some research on.
The crazy thing is, do you think Peter Dinklage showed up on set because he's friends probably with Tom McCarthy, and then Adam Sandler was like, "Hey, Peter Dinklage, I'm going to be doing a movie about video games next year. We're going to be superheroes."
Is Peter Dinklage in any Todd McCarthy movies?
Tom McCarthy. We just went through this. He was in The Station Agent.
No, listen. When I was going into my head trying to pull the name, I go, Tom. No, that was the name. He told me it wasn't. Todd. I reversed it. Mm-hmm. This is what happens. I do this to Jake's girlfriend all the time, too. I always forget which one's her actual name.
What is her name?
It's either Mackenzie or Michaela. And
Does she look like a Mackenzie?
I don't know what Mackenzie would look like, and I always confuse myself.
It must be Michaela, then.
I always think Michaela. No, that's the one I always say wrong. Okay, then Mackenzie and Jake. She's like, nope, not my name. And I go, damn it, foiled again.
How did you remember my name?
Joe. That's how I remembered your name.
Everyone calls me Jim, though.
Who calls you Jim?
Whenever I say my name back to someone, they're like, Jim, and I'm like,
I don't remember that ever happening. Jove. We've done Jove. That's old school.
Yeah, with a capital V and a dot.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
All right, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Soylent. We'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for helping us out on the audio boards. We'd like to thank Alberto for coming in and joining us. He's a cinematographer at www.quixoticunited.com. You can also find his portfolio at www.albertodagostino.com.
Can we ask, can you come back next week?
What, on Saturday?
No,
anytime. Whenever
my schedule.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. We'll worry about that later. You don't have to ask him now. It's awkward now.
Well, no. If we can't get him back, then I want to get his story. If we can't get you for Pixels,
I'll come back.
Okay. Well, all right. Good.
We'll add it later. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. All right, and then of course, with you as always is Jim Vekeman and Patrick.
Wait, I have one thing.
Yeah.
I spent Thanksgiving night watching this movie. That is all.
You left here. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanksgiving night.
Yeah,
not,
real Thanksgiving.
Not.
That's what you thought. That's why you thought it was the Gobbler.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I watched this last night.
I watched this morning. I watched it like
midnight.
3 hours ago.
Got done at 1:30, and then I woke up at 6 so I could get to work. Like, it was... I had dreams about the Cobbler. It was not a good night.
What a weird movie to have a dream about.
I know.
Did you think you were going to put shoes on?
I don't remember what the dreams were, but I remember being in the movie and being like, why am I in this movie? I gotta get out of here. It went something like that.
I just want you to be stuck in a Sandler universe where you don't know which movie you're going to next, and it's just like, get me out of here.
This has been my life, Joe. This has been my life for 2 years, this effing podcast. Okay.
Stop in 1 year.
It's been so long, Joe.
Did you guys start when his career started?
We know. No, I think we started in the summer of 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember the days where we did 2 a day?
I don't know how,
2 podcasts a
yeah,
day.
I had to watch 2 movies.
Those were fun times.
No, they were not. I stopped distracted because I have to wrap this
Do you
up.
think-
I'm wrapping it up, Lev. Okay, I'm going.
Do you
no,
think-
what? Come on, quick.
Do you think
Yeah.
Sandler should have just kept his name from Going Overboard to Shecky Moskowitz for this movie?
Those are some deep thoughts, Joe, and we'd like you to think about them and return back with the answer next time we return. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
With a kick of the future, maybe kicks the needs and masters, just waiting for the little process. Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the newest episode you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, listen to the... This is the third one. Listen to the first two, because there's... You won't understand anything. It's just all inside jokes, and...
I heard one of them that they did together. I believe. Yeah. Or wait, maybe that was Cole Cabanas.
It's probably Coca Cabana.
They were like getting ready in the locker room, and one of them was naked. I think it was Luke Gallows.
Oh, definitely. But they have ridiculous characters. Luke Gallows also does a spot-on Stone Cold Steve Austin impression. Like, literally sounds exactly like him.
Everyone tries. I want to hear his. Jeez Louise.
You like it close. I know you do, Joe.
I do.
All right, so Alberto, earlier today I had one of the Thanksgiving donuts that Mr. Jeremini made.
Oh, jeez.
Right? All right, and this Joe, first of all, the donut was super stale. Those donuts do not have a long shelf life.
Most donuts don't.
I think they were stale as they were coming out of the oven.
No, they were pretty good. They were pretty good on Thanksgiving. But
Let
me tell you, Joe.
somewhere hit
Let me
or
tell
miss.
you, Alberto, that the donut had jelly in it.
Oh, you found another jelly donut?
Wow, the last one.
I got the mystical jelly donut.
I cut open 3. I ate 4 of them just to find a jelly. And on the 4th
Yeah.
one...
Oh no! I
just cut it in
found a
half.
half a donut that night, and I was like, "What? Why?
Yeah,
Why did someone have a perfectly half bite?" Oh, because Alberto was sawing through it with a knife.
Trying to find the jelly.
Trying to find
Why
some
wouldn't
jelly
you just
cream
make
filling.
more jelly donuts?
Because he said they came out bad.
Yeah, they came
when
back. So
were,
he threw out a lot of them.
when they were really the best ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were fun. I like the donuts. I like them. I like the 18th century recipe donuts.
What made them 18th century?
That's how they made them in the 18th century.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. They look like little donut holes.
he found it on YouTube. That's how donuts used to look, Joe. That was the old order.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you believe the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, only rich people could afford sugar. So.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Sugar only comes from, like,
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
And that doesn't grow everywhere.
Yeah,
Molasses
yeah.
to rum the slaves, Joe. Don't you remember your 7th grade musical learnings?
I had a different 7th grade
Oh,
teacher.
that's right. You did too. You did too, Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Oops.
Yeah. Nice try. You weren't in our cluster, baby.
Fun. You know what's hilarious, though?
What?
Your English teacher in middle school ended up being my English teacher in high school.
Yeah, which is why I had to
Who
take
was-
AP English, because I definitely did not want her again.
Who was your English teacher?
I can't remember her name.
Miss Fortuna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I heard
Yeah.
of her.
Bib Fortuna.
Big.
Star
Is that her
Wars
name,
character.
Bib?
No, that's
No,
a Star Wars character.
Oh.
You know Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
You know, like the guy that follows Jabba the Hutt around? The creepy guy with the tail thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bib Fortuna.
That's funny.
Nerds.
I don't remember.
Alberto, what is your website called?
It's just my name.
It's albertodagostino.com?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.